Hey, thanks for joining me, and I hope you're having a great day. My name's Brenda, if we haven't met before, and I am going to be doing a tutorial today for a pattern that I did quite a few years ago called Broken Rib Stitch. It's easily converted, like most patterns, from needle knitting to finger knitting with chunky yarn. And today I'm just going to be doing a sample size just to show you the basic pattern of it. And I did one yesterday. It's called Amethyst, and it's you can buy the yarn at Michael's, and it's you can also get it in a pro pack online, and that's a little bit cheaper option, but they sell it in 12 skein bundles. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is the type of yarn that I used in the blanket that I showed you. And if you don't, and that's a 40 by 60 size. So if you're using a different type of yarn, you will want approximately 192 yards of the Jumbo Chenille Chunky size 7 yarn. So you're going to take your yarn. As always, I leave a little tail just to weave into the chain and make our slip knot. I'm just going to show you a swatch, like I said. Pull it tight with the tail, and it'll be about 3 finger widths. And you're going to want to make every cast on chain that size. So I'm, for the example, going to show you a pattern. It's just going to be a square. So let's do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So for this pattern, then you're going to turn it over. You are going to want to do cast on chains in odd numbers. So if you want to do a baby blanket or a lapgan, that is going to be 30 to 35 inches wide, I would suggest casting on a chain of 21 to 23. I did 27 for a 40-inch blanket. So now we're just going to use these middle bumps like always and pull our stitches through. I make these stitches a little bit smaller than the cast on and cast off chain. So I would say 1 to 2 finger widths for this. The pattern is very simple. It's a 2-row pattern that you just continue into your desired length. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. We'll knit the edge and then do a purl stitch where you go through the front, then bring it around back and knit, and it's just going to be a knit purl stitch row. Purl, knit, purl, knit. And then you knit the edge stitch. For this pattern, honestly, it takes about the same amount of yarn as it does for a knit stitch. So that's why I like it so much. And it's really basic for beginners. So now when you're knitting to the left, it's going to be an all knit row. So you knit all the way across. And this yarn I'm using right now is an oatmeal color. So now we're going to do the pattern again, and we're going to start with the second stitch. So I only knit the edge stitches if I'm doing more than one color. Otherwise, I go ahead and leave it. So we're going to do a purl, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit, all the way across again. So each edge stitch is going to be a knit stitch. And then we knit our last stitch. And you'll know that you're going to the left, you'll be knitting every stitch. So here we go again. In just another couple rows, you'll be able to see the pattern forming. This yarn is the color oatmeal. Lots of craft stores have these colors, but you can also find them on Amazon. So let's go ahead again, and we're knitting to the right, so we're going to purl, knit, purl. And so if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and you'll get all of my new tutorials that come out, or comment in what you'd like me to show you. Now we're knitting this row again. And you'll see that this pattern causes a bit of texture, but it also has the ribbing. Some people call it the ribbing stitch, but there's lots of people that do knitting with needles that call it the broken rib stitch. So okay, purl to the front, knit to the back, and knit your edge stitch. Again, we're knitting to the left, so we're going to do the row all knit stitches. And then I'm going to show you the cast off that I do. Just as an example here for my little swatch. And you can just weave this tail in either in the bottom chain or the side chain. You can either sew it in with needle and thread, or use the burn method. You could trim it off and just stick it in to the side of a stitch. Okay, so we are going to take the first stitch and the next stitch on your fingers, pull the working yarn through and create one. It's a decrease. So you take the next stitch, pull your working yarn through, and you just continue doing this all the way across, and you will create your cast off chain. So this is a great beginner pattern to do, and then you just cut the end and put it through your last stitch. So let me know if you enjoyed this video and what you'd like me to teach you next. Happy knitting!